Hi everyone, this is Erum, and today I'm sharing a couple of elegant Eid cards featuring rich teal tones, touches of gold, and beautiful intricate details. I wanted these cards to feel festive and luxurious while still being easy to recreate using a simple design approach. Let's get started. I will use a bunch of Eid-related products today to create projects. It will be easier for you to, create Eid cards, and we'll mix them up with some of the products from the May release. And also, I was thinking that I'll bring Serenade multicolor cardstock back. Stick to these colors that you can just pull this pack out to create your Eid cards. So the first thing I did is took out a Volcano Lake cardstock. I cut out two A2 panels, so I can at least create two cards out of the Volcano Lake cardstock. And now this is the leftover piece. What I'm going to do is I'll emboss just a section of cardstock so that I have this on a piece of cardstock, and then I'll pop it over this panel. What I'm going to do is just cut 2.75 so that I can align it here. I've missed my cardstock slightly before embossing so that in order to avoid any cracks. Now I'll just place this in the embossing folder. Oh, that looks so good. It came out really nice. Slightly damp still, but we'll put it on the side and I'm going to just start inking. So to change the tone of the panel, I'm going to use slightly darker blue ink instead of the color family that this belongs to. So I'm going to use Nimbus Fresh Dye Ink. And I'll start applying this to the edges and applying it very gently with a very light hand because this is a dark ink. You can come in with a lighter ink, which is Cloudy Sky. So even with brighter color cardstock, you can tone it down with a different color ink or change the tone of the cardstock completely using another ink color. If you want to make the edges slightly darker, you can apply more ink to the edges, the extreme edges. I'm going to apply the Nimbus Fresh Dye Ink on this strip of embossed cardstock, just as I did on the panel. Try to keep the center, the middle portion light with the outer edges darker. That's slightly smaller because of embossing, but that's fine. Completely okay. I used the Alhambra cover plate and the leftover cardstock to cut out this cover plate. And oh, wow, this cut out really nice. I will add inking to this cover plate die cut as well. If I had thought of adding this element earlier, I would have skipped inking the edges of the panel where I will adhere this die cut. I'm going to use my Essential Permanent Marker set and the gold marker from the set. Anyway, I'm going to go over the embossed area. Be careful when you're doing this and trying it out for yourself. Take your time. It does look very beautiful. It's so gold. If you make mistakes, we're just going to add some splatters, gold splatters, so that we can cover it up. Like if I make mistakes, I'm just going to do that. Even though I did not make any mistakes, this was very easy to do. But I'm still going to add some gold splatters from the metallic watercolor 14 pan set. So I'm going to use the black foam tape to tear the cover die cut. Okay, so to make it more sturdy, I applied some tape to the middle so that it doesn't dip. It's going to be hidden anyway. Cut two thin strips of brushed gold metallic cardstock. And this is going to be slightly thinner than 0.25. And this is your preference, how thin you want these strips to be. And adhere these to the top and bottom edge of the embossed panel, the embossed strip. I will leave a little bit of space before adhering this. Now this is with the first card ready. You can see the shine from the metallic cardstock as well as the splatters. And also the permanent marker. If you try this yourself, you'll be able to see how beautiful this looks. And it is quite easy to put together. Now we'll move on to the next card, and I'm going to use the same cardstock. So I used the Happy Eid Arabic Calligraphy 3D embossing folder and emboss the panel. I'm going to use the simple coloring stencil, place it to add color to the embossed section. So before doing this, I'm going to use a bit of glue tape and apply it to the sections that move. I'm going to change my colors this time for the inks, and I'm going to use Mystic Lake and Teal Tempest. I'll start by adding Mystic Lake, and because this is already colored cardstock, so I'm just going to diffuse the Mystic Lake and add the darkest color Teal Tempest, where I want to show intense shadows or depth to create my gradient look. Next, I'll also apply inking all around the edges of the panel. After this, I decided to add a bit of gold to this card panel. So I placed the stencil back and added anti-gold pigment ink using a foam dauber. Next, I'll add some gold splatters from the metallic Watercolor 14 pan set. So I die cut my sentiment from the Eid Greetings Die Set, and this is the one that I went for. So I'm using a little bit of gold thread. I'm going to place this lightly, like not really straight. So here are today's 2 Eid cards ready. I hope this video gave you some inspiration for combining your Eid products with other items already in your collection to create simple yet elegant handmade cards. I really love how the touches of gold and layered ink blending add a festive feel without making the designs overly complicated. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.
Wait, we have more where that came from. If you're after fabulous card making tutorials, you are definitely in the right spot. Our amazing design team create and upload fabulous video tutorials right to this YouTube channel. If you don't want to miss another amazing crafting tutorial, don't forget to subscribe and click that fun red button that you can see. Let's become paper crafting experts together.